We've thrown plaques away before because we care so little about plaques.
We have that attitude. We have that attitude. Sydney and I have that attitude.
But nonetheless. And that all started, I was just saying to Rebecca, how I remember in the beginning of the year when she was like, I'm going to send out a survey to the girls. I'm just going to like get the pulse here on like how we feel about the year and you know what they really want to do. And I'll put on there like, do you want to go to nationals? Because we thought we were of the understanding that nationals like literally meant UDA nationals and that was nationals. Well, the girls apparently thought we meant like just nationals by choice in terms of Contest of Champions again. Like I said, we thought we were
trip.
Yeah, right. A Disney trip where we danced like for 2 minutes in between somewhere at some point. And then it came back and it was like, what did it say?
They all want to do Contest of Champions.
Yeah, and Becky and I remember, you know, being on the phone with her and be like, that is not happening. You're not spending all this time again to go to Contest of Champions. Telling the girls, sorry, it's UDA or bust. And they were like this one day, like, you know, realization of, okay, we really have to go to UDA, thinking it's going to be so much more work. But in reality, it was a shorter season, probably just the same amount of work, and a lot more reward, if you guys probably agree with
So
us.
much more worth it. So.
Yep, you got to come back, and nobody could say on Twitter and all these social medias, you know, you didn't go to the real nationals or any of that jazz. It was so much fun. It was pretty awesome performing twice, too.
Yes.
I know I felt so
And walking through the
fulfilled.
castle.
Yeah. It was super awesome. Because normally you dance and then you're done. You go all that way for 2 minutes. But this time we got to go all that way for 4 minutes. So way better. Way better. It was super cool. And now we're on the UDA website. I could just go on and on about all this.
Our video's on there twice. Like, we've never been more proud, and like we've never had more fun. So this was definitely, I can't say enough about how awesome this year was, how worth it was.
Yep. So fantastic. So.
Yay. Okay. So. If you are a first-time girl, you get a letter.
For the letter jacket that you'll never buy or wear, but
you can stick it on your
old fashioned,
board.
so you get a letter. And you get a pin. You get a pin also your first year, but then you get a pin each subsequent year as well.
Okay. So we'll start with the freshman and Alice.
Thank you.
Rebecca. Audrey.
Sorry, and I'm sophomore, so Meredith.
Just Meredith. Say the least.
Thank you.
All right, June.
This is the big class.
Get a break thing. No, it's next year. Okay. Kelly.
These kids with these phones.
Janae. Kennedy.
Thank you.
Kelly.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know we were switching to Caroline. And then Courtney. Or no, not Christian. What am I saying? Adriana. And then Hannah. A lot of juniors.
That's all the juniors. All right, and now our seniors.
We have Bobby.
Gretchen.
Haley. And then we've got captain's pins for Nicole.
Wow.
Whoa, and Rachel.
Okay. All right, our first award is Rookie of the Year. This girl was born to do pomp. I mean, from the second she got on this team, you could have told me she was a senior and been on here for 4 years, and I would have totally believed it. I think I referred to her as a palm machine. So, Rebecca.
All right, this is our Most Improved Award, and this award.
Pay no attention to this.
This girl was a girl that at practice she was so consistent with being able to make changes and make adjustments, especially, there's certain people where you can tell them something one time and it's going to be fixed every single time. And that's such an important characteristic in these girls, and especially considering how little practice time we really have. I don't have time to hammer it home, even though I do sometimes, probably it's not like a broken record, but nonetheless, it's so fantastic when a girl can go home, fix something, come back the next practice, and it's fixed every single time. Also, this girl, you could just tell how hard she was working all the time. There were times where we would see her staying after practice for a minute or two to catch up on something, to ask the girls in the middle of a water break, things like that. At tryouts, she was there, after the tryout times, working her butt off, making sure that she had the choreography and asking us questions about technique and how she could improve technique. And this Most Improved goes to Kennedy.
Best team player. This is my go-to girl. Whenever I text anything, can you look for? This girl always, always, always is the first one to respond. From picking things up, from meeting me out back, to get stuff out of my car, to looking for Caleb's little car that we left in the cafeteria that we cried all night for. Today.
Not just in terms of when Becky needs all those little things, which Becky needs sometimes, is in the actual team aspect, when we're at practice, if it's I need you to move over there, and that means all your counts are going to change for those 2-8 counts. And she's like, no problem, I got it. She doesn't even think about it, doesn't ask questions, she's going to figure it out, she's not going to be a nuisance about it, and she's just going to take one for the team, which has to happen, frequently when we're working on choreography and things like that. So she really is the best team player.
Go-to girl, all around. Go-to girl. Not ready yet. Oh. Okay. Whenever I was watching the routines, and it's hard, when I'm in person because I'm watching the whole thing as a whole. That's what I do. Becky watches individuals. I watch it as a whole. But then when I can go back and watch routines 800 times on the UVA Nationals website, which maybe I've done or maybe I haven't, then I really start to notice individual things that are happening, and I start to notice where my eye is wandering at certain parts in the routine, and it's well, why is it going that way? Why am I constantly looking to the left side of that pyramid every single time that we get to that part? And it's because, oh, that girl has amazing showmanship, and she looks beautiful when she's doing that, and she has this gorgeous smile on her face, and she's hitting that, and she's putting a lot into it. So the showmanship award goes this year to Caroline, because it's exactly what happened. So it's probably pretty clear who our MVPs are for this year, for so many reasons, but the most important reason to me is there was no cliques on the team this year. And normally, it makes me definite groups of the team. And this year, it's they really just brought everyone together, and it was just.
It was really nice, because it's hard for Becky and I when we understand that there's dynamics happening behind the scenes that we might not enjoy and things like that, and I know the girls would enjoy, but it's hard for us to always get involved. So this year was the most non-drama year we've ever had, and it's because of who our leaders were, and our leaders were fantastic dancers and people, and that is why Rachel and Nicole are definitely our MVPs.
do slideshow.
Do you want to say anything, or do you just want me to?
Okay.
Like